Hello. I just want to apologise for how loud my voice was in well, two things actually. One, how loud the video was. I don't know why it was so loud. I think because I finally found a good position for my microphone and it's pretty close to my face. So I've turned the volume back down to 50%. Was on 75, so hopefully now it won't be as loud. Also, I apologise that the video was late. Be completely honest, I had a lot going on at the weekend. I just forgot to upload it. I recorded it, I just forgot to upload it. So, yeah, inexcusable, I know, but whatever. We're doing the Tuna Face-Off, which is the Eclipse versus Integra race. We're using the VIS Integra that we won for the point-to-point variant of this championship. So, and it's our first time on the speedway. This is basically Sunset Peninsula, which is basically Forza's version of Daytona because they couldn't afford the rights to it, so they made their own. But then obviously in Motorsport 6, I think they managed to get the rights for it, so they put it in. So then they recently put Sunset Peninsula back in, which I don't really understand, because the only reason they put this track in is because they couldn't afford the rights to Daytona. But now they've got the rights to Daytona, is there any reason to have the track? But I do like Sunset Peninsula. It's a very nice track to drive on. And oh dear, we have got the Mugen Type R. That is the fastest front-wheel drive car in the game. So he will have to watch out for him, I think. But we're doing okay at the minute. Yeah. Whew. I'm still looking for a car. I've got a couple. I've got one that I might potentially be looking at on Friday. We'll see. The problem is I don't want to travel because I don't have another car, so I'm going to have to get a lift, and I can't travel too far. And I don't want to just risk getting it delivered without looking at it, because I did that last time and I ended up with a dog. So yeah, I do ideally want to go look at it in person, but then obviously I'm very limited by what I want. So you know, I'm not just like, I'm not looking for just any random car, and I have a few specific demands. So 150 miles an hour in an Integra, nice. Mugen's weaving about behind us. Now, this is the only Forza game where the drivers aren't actually named. I don't know. Yeah, that was something they added for the 360 era, and then obviously the Xbox One and Series X era was driver tars. Although if you play the Xbox One Forzas now, it is just named drivers, because obviously the servers have been shut down, so the driver tars aren't active anymore. Yeah. Obviously the first Horizon was just named AI drivers, and then obviously Horizon 2 onwards was driver tars as well. So Motorsport 5 did it first with the driver tars, and then it just went from there. So Motorsport 5 did introduce a lot of new features. He had a faster lap. Oh, the Honda Integra had an even faster lap. 58.1 for a standard Integra. Must have been in our slipstream the whole time, because the car, I mean, it's quick, but it's not that quick. Anyway, I might record a couple of these videos today. Depends how I feel. I mean, they don't take that long to do, not at this early stage anyway. Obviously, as we progress, they will take longer later on. Blue Mountains. Have I done this track yet on this place? Don't think I have. Don't know. But anyway, this is basically Forza's version of Mount Panorama, because, you know, the same reason they couldn't afford the licensing. Although this never appeared in Motorsport 2 or any of the games afterwards. It was only in this game. There's actually quite a few tracks that only appeared in this game. So obviously you've got this Alpine Ring, which I'm using on the Hot Lap videos. Probably my favourite track in the game. Well, my favourite original track in the game. You've got the... Excuse me, what are you doing? Oh, you blow my engine, are you idiot? See, right. I think someone in the next door's garden has got a chainsaw or something, because there's some kind of noise going on. Hopefully you can't hear that. If you can, I'm very sorry. There's probably not much I can do about it, but that's just what happens when you live on a busy street. Anyway, I'm very annoyed about that guy at the start. I mean, driving into me like that. I mean, I don't think the damage indicator popped up, so hopefully I won't have to pay for it. Although I'm going to have to pay for that engine damage he caused. Just steered into me. Well, I know they're programmed to follow the racing line, but come on. Well, I mean, I know the AI has been improved a lot in the later games. Even in Motorsport 2, they were a lot better, a lot faster. Well, actually, you say that. I think they were actually quicker in this game, but they were more consistent in the later games. Like this game, they were very like a little bit too aggressive. Like they just drive into you and for no reason, and you know, like they'd brake way too late and slam into the back of you and cause an accident and whatever. I mean, yeah, they were quick, but they were way too aggressive. And then Motorsport 2 and 3, they toned the aggression down, but I think they toned it down a bit too much, because Motorsport 2 and 3, they don't really overtake. I mean, Motorsport 2, they do a bit, but I mean, Motorsport 2, they are very quick as well. I mean, obviously, you know, especially in the late, like the racing classes, they are very quick. And they do, as a general rule, drive a lot cleaner than they do in this game. I mean, they still make mistakes, but I think they're programmed to make mistakes. Like it's not just because the AI is crap. I think it's just they are programmed to deliberately make mistakes occasionally. So, oh, what am I doing? So sometimes they will like drive off the track and, you know, crash and whatever, which is good, because you know that's what happens in real life. You know, you can't have a perfect race where everyone does a perfect lap and everyone finishes. It's very rare actually, where a racing series everyone finishes. I don't think that's ever happened, has it? I mean, it probably has at some point, but yeah, I guarantee you can't name one race in history where every single car has finished. I can't. Even the racing series I watch, I mean, it's known for, you know, dirty driving, but yeah, I don't think I've ever seen any race where every car has finished. I mean, there's been a few times where one driver has finished every race in the season, but not that every car in every race is finished. So yeah. So I know there's one guy who he's not had bad good luck this year. I think he's only finished. There's been 3 races so far. He's only finished one of them, but that wasn't because he crashed. It's because of a mechanical fault with the car. But last year he was the only driver who managed to get at least 1 point in every single race. Like he finished every single race with at least 1 point, which I don't think anyone's ever done that before. Not in that series anyway. So he's very consistent, but he just doesn't have the car this year, unfortunately. So the fun thing is, the team that he's with is not a new team. Like their experience is a car that they've been running for years, and I don't know, just I don't know, it seems to be just his, because there's 4 people on the team. The other 3 haven't had any major trouble. It's just him. So whether, I don't know, maybe he's just unlucky. I'm not sure, but. Anyway, I'm waffling. Well, this one's done now. Funny thing is, when I first drove this track, I hated it, but it's really grown on me. It is actually quite a good track if you get the hang of it. I think it's because it was quite difficult, and obviously I think that I felt it was a blatant rip-off of Bathurst, so I didn't really like it, but it's grown on me a lot. I've just realised my D-pad on this controller moves. Like you can slide it from left to right. I don't think that's supposed to happen. Anyway, New York. Oh, the big New York track. Yes, I was waiting to hoping this would come up soon, because I think I was talking about it either in the last video or the video before. But yeah, This is the longer New York track, which only appeared in this game. Motorsport 2 onwards, it was just a shorter track. But yeah, I do like this one as well. Yeah, I think this game has the most original tracks of any Forza game. I think that's because they couldn't afford the licenses to many tracks. Like they spent all the licensing fee on the cars. So I think actual tracks that exist, there's not many at all. I think there's only like 3 or 4. Because you got Silverstone, Tsukuba, Road America, Road Atlanta, Nürburgring. There probably is more, but there's not many. There's not many actual licensed tracks in this game. The only problem is this corner is very chaotic because the AI always have a tendency to brake really late, which if you're not careful they will just go straight into the back of you. It's handy if you're in last place, because 9 times out of 10 quite a few of them will crash head on into the wall and then end up with damage like that. End up with damage and then end up being slow. But they don't always do it. There's a bump here you have to be careful of, because if you don't, your engine will redline. This that Mugen Integra, I've driven it. It's very quick. I think like I said, it's the fastest front-wheel drive car in the game. And obviously in later Forza games there were quicker ones, but there was no front-wheel drive race cars in this game. All the race cars were either 4 or rear-wheel drive, so there's no touring cars or anything like that. So it's purely based on. And I think the last game that appeared in was Motorsport 4. I think it was a unicorn car, so you can only. So if you've got Motorsport 4, you can still access it, but only with mods. So yeah, luckily I've got modded account, so I can drive Motorsport 4. Come on, change down. Yeah, it's the only problem. I always end up in the wrong gear because I can't hear him, but oh well. I'm in the slipstream, so yeah. I still haven't figured out what that triangle light on the rev counter is. I know what the other 2 are. The one on the right is the handbrake, the one in the middle is like slipstream. I don't know what the triangle one is. I did think maybe it's if you had an accident or something, but I don't think it is. I don't think I've ever seen it light up, to be honest. I don't know. It's weird. Only 2 laps. I mean, I think some of the races they don't have to do like 4 or 5 laps of this track. It does take a while. Some of the later championships or events, whatever. But these early ones, I'm pretty sure he's coming right down. I'm going to have to go on the inside, because if I don't, he's going to dive bomb and he's going to. Oh, he did dive bomb, but he's going to crash. See, I thought he was going to go on the outside, which is why I went on the inside, but he went on the inside of me and ended up going way too deep into that corner, which is exactly what they do. They're not very good at this track. I don't know why. It's just this track. The other tracks they seem to be fine on, but this track they're not. The AI aren't very good at this track. Yeah, so that's handy, you know, if you are playing this game. I do recommend playing it, you know, especially if you're like a big Forza fanatic. And you don't need an original Xbox to play it. You can play it on a 360. So if you've got a 360, you can play it on there, and obviously you've got XMU and CXBX emulators as well, you know, if you can actually figure out where to get the XISO for. I still don't know where to get them from, but if you can figure out where to get the XISO formats from, or know how to convert it to XISO, then sure, do the emulator. I'm playing this on 360 with the capture card. I have been asked that before. Yeah. I would use the emulator because obviously the graphics, the quality would be better, you know, because you can play it in 4K on an emulator, whereas this only goes up to 1080. But actually, the capture card itself, oh no, it does go up to 1080. Oh, crap. See, I get distracted. I'm just making excuses now. I'm making a good racing driver. That's a bit. Yeah. It's got really hideous body kit. I mean, well, the bumpers and the skirts aren't too bad. That spoiler is hideous. Well, actually, it's not that bad. From the side, it doesn't look that bad. It looks quite bad from the back, but from the side, it looks alright. I think because that curve at the bottom looks bigger at the back than it does at the side. I'm intrigued to see how I'm going to cope in the later races where the AI actually try. You know, if I'm making all these silly mistakes now, I have a feeling I'm going to struggle in the later races. But I mean, I could just turn the difficulty down and not tell you. You wouldn't know. So, I mean, I'm going to try not to do that because that's the coward's way out. And we got another Integra. That is a key car for D-Class. That is one of, if not the fastest D-Class car in the game. That will be an absolute saving grace for any D-Class event. So if you do play this game, keep that car. Do not get rid of it. It's ugly, but keep it because it's very, very handy. It's very quick. Well, those races were a bit longer, so this video is actually 16 minutes long, and by the time I finish talking, it's going to be 17. So, if you like the video, like, subscribe, whatever, I'll be doing that one next. I will see you next week. So, bye.